The man played defense when he needed to down low in the paint. The man was getting boards for you securing things, and the man was hitting big shots. Big Perm is here to make a statement.
Yeah, we talk a lot, we talked about power forwards a lot and kind of how this tournament is huge for people's draft stock.
And we back at it again with my guy, Big Perm.
What's good, my boy?
As I'm glad to have you here, my G. As y'all know, last episode, we took a trip to Staten Island, got to know your home a little bit. So it's only fair, for you to get a little sense of my atmosphere, a little home to home, you feel me? So in my crib right now. And yeah, what I really wanted to get into today is last time we kind of left off, you kind of spoke about, I guess, your experience with video games and how you got into the culture and really what it's meant to you. So I want to know a bit more about that.
Well, first off, thank you for having me in your humble abode. I appreciate you.
Of course.
And yeah, it's kind of crazy right now. I keep looking over at it, like seeing you have all these PlayStation 2 games. It's getting me way too excited not to mention it.
We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. So what was your first video game? Like, what really was your introduction to gaming?
Man, it's so crazy because I really was playing since I was like 5 years old. So like it was really like that's when sports video games I guess made the most sense. It was like NHL, Madden '94, and that's really all I can remember. I think I remember also because it was on Sega Genesis at this point, and like that's how old I am. Is I was playing Sega Genesis as my first console. And then there was like some Spider-Man game, and I always remember the Spider-Man game because again it was like mad basic. If you played it now, it's the like simple like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle type game, 2D. I was putting my 5-year-old blood, sweat, and tears into this game, and there's no memory cards. And I finally got past the first level. It took me like 5 hours. I had to go to practice. I come home, my grandmother had shut the system off because she didn't know. Like she was cleaning up.
So how did you get into playing 2K? Because that's like, we all kind of like sports as a kid, but like sports game wasn't the first thing we like grabbed. So what made you gravitate toward 2K?
It's funny because that's where like the first episode we kind of talked about my like heavy involvement in athletics, like playing all different types of sports was like huge for my dad. And I like it just instantly transferred. It's like I played football, so let me play the football video game. Like I played hockey, let me play the hockey video game. I didn't start my my basketball career, we'll call it, as a 5'11" white Italian man who can't jump until I got to college. But I always played basketball, so at that point though, 2K I don't even think really was a thing at that point. It was like NBA Live was like really the only game, and like NBA Street and stuff like that. So I played all those games, and
that shows your age crazy.
Yeah, but it is what it is. I can't change it. If I could change it, I would, but I can't. So like then I started playing basketball over everything else because like hockey was like my main sport that I was really good at in high school. I won like a city championship. I was like 9th in the league in points, like OD good at hockey. But then my dad passed away, and that was like our thing was hockey. So it kind of really made it hard for me to play hockey. And that was literally my junior year. So then I ended up going to college like a year later after that. And when I went to school in Harlem, went to City College. Like no one played hockey. We played basketball, and I was terrible. And they literally put me through the gauntlet. And every day I would just get made fun of how bad I was. And I started getting better and getting better. But it really switched my love to basketball, like being that was the sport I played. Moving forward, going to college, then it was just fun, like, playing against my boys. And that's where, like, it really solidified that 2K was the game because everybody played it. Like, some of my friends played NHL, some of my friends played FIFA. We would play golf video games, like all random stuff, but everybody played 2K. And it would be money games at my house, me punching holes in my wall, like, just... All right, that's at that point. We have other stuff I can tell you afterwards, but yeah, like that to that point, it was me playing against people in college, me playing against my friends at home, like just always going to it as a game that I would, be really good at.
To end this little segment off, I had the segment I wanted to do with you. As you had mentioned earlier, I got a bunch of PS2 games in front of you, so I want you to go, grab some, look at some. I know this stuff. It's a bunch of PS2. I think it's like 50 plus.
Yeah.
Just go and take a look, take your pick.
Grand Theft Auto Vice City was like the first game that I actually knew how to use cheats in. Like, so I would be doing crazy stuff that people shouldn't be doing, like, which again, everyone was doing, but it was mad fun to me to be able to like break the rules and like do whatever I wanted. Yo, there's no way you got Hitman 2, bro. And then what, the Time Crisis, bro? I didn't even know they made this for console, bro. What the hell? Nah, this is insane. All right, so Hitman 2, it's kind of weird, like, to be a Hitman fan. There is actual, like, really cult following for it now, but, like, it was such a weird game that when it came out, because you literally just went around and murdered people. And I don't know how I got access to this first game, because again, it's another mature title. My dad was super cool with doing that. And I'll give him that he never really like cared if a game was mature or not. Like once I got to a certain age, but Hitman, literally, just like the fact that you would literally come out and with piano wire, you are taking people out, like was so cool to me when I was younger. Because like at that time too, like you know, The Sopranos, I think was coming out at that time. Like just mob culture in general was like, you know, because I'm Italian, was like a thing that I had a phase when I was growing up, you know. So like to be able to be a hitman, and it sounds mad weird, was so fun, and it's actually probably the reason why I'm so crazy right now. With Spider-Man, I always remember Spider-Man. Again, like you younger superheroes are a big thing. Like I love Spider-Man, the Hulk, all that stuff. But that game, like I remember, like yeah, it probably looking back now, it might not be the best graphics, but the fact that you were able to actually use the web and like fly around the city, like I didn't know how to do any of the missions yet. Like yeah, I tried, but all it was for me was just like swinging around, like doing the flips and stuff. I was having so, and then you don't even know when you're shooting the web, you just shoot it up in the air and it's connected every time somehow. You don't even have to have any type of skill to do it. But I thought that was so cool because it made it feel like it was so open world when the map was probably like a 15th of the size of things that we play today, but it felt so open world because you could swing around with the web. So that was pretty cool.
Did you ever put your Go-Gurt in the freezer?
I wasn't allowed to have Go-Gurt. My family had all these mad sweet snacks. Nah, we had the Dannon, the little green ones, like the probiotic stuff. I don't know why. It don't make any sense. I had mad Oreos, like all these different snacks with yogurt. We always got healthy yogurt for some reason. Make that make sense in life.
It's like ordering a Big Mac with a Diet Coke.
Exactly. And then that's what my family did. We would go to McDonald's and they all get Diet Cokes, and I never understood that. I always just got regular Coke.
Don't drink your calories.